And joining us tonight to talk about what the Republican Party needs to do to win the hearts of voters is political strategist Ron Nehring. Uphill battle, it seems. Another thing that came out of this survey is that people thought the GOP is scary, narrow-minded, out of touch, a bunch of stuffy old men. Wow. Boy,
that sounds terrible. You know, the challenge is even more acute here in California, where the Latino population of our state was only 19% in 1980. It's now 38%. Our Asian population has almost tripled, going from 5 to 13.6%. Latinos and Asians together now constitute 51% of the California electorate, and Republicans lost both of those communities by 75%. Republicans will not win another statewide election here in California until we fix this problem. And so that's why I think today's report was spot on. It addresses a serious deficiency in the part of how Republican candidates run their campaigns and our messaging and our organization. There's a lot of work that has to be done, but it's a good start today. And if it ends with just this report, we're not going to change anything. So this has to be the start of a process.
There's been a lot of infighting among Tea Party members, moderates, and libertarians. If you look at 4 years down the road, who's the one person that can bring all of these factions together and end the infighting and move this party forward?
Well, I think that if I had the answer to that, I'd have to go and get my crystal ball. I think what's important is that we have an open process, because when you have an open process, then everyone believes that they have a fair shot, then they can move forward and unite behind whoever the eventual Republican nominee is. I think that you've seen a lot of new people come into the party who were Ron Paul supporters. These are folks who were not previously identified with Republicans, but now they're in the party. I think that's a good thing. I think that strengthens the party. Going forward and going into 2016, I think that the report did touch on some good things in terms of shortening the primary process, having debates that are constructive and aren't just opportunities for Republicans to trip each other up. Moving the convention earlier is something that's been long overdue. That should be in June, no later. Right now, it's either in August or as late as September in some years. So these are all good, positive steps. But what really is essential is that Republican elected officials and candidates have to make the decision and the commitment that they want to win a majority, not only a majority of their district, but a majority of Latino, African American, and Asian voters in their district, even if they don't have to win that group to win re-election.
How do you see the GOP reconfiguring itself? I mean, there are so many tangents, some people think that part of it is very extreme and they can't vote for a Republican candidate because of that, if you figure the gay marriage thing or whatever, abortion. Do you see it fracturing and the Republican Party becoming something else, or maybe another party emerging?
No, but I think what will happen is that we need to have a party where we can support Republicans who run and match their district in terms of background, in terms of philosophy, and so on. We need to have the best candidates who represent that particular constituency. And we need to have the flexibility that the Republican Party can fully support, whether you're a Republican like a Jerry Sanders or you're a Republican like a Mitt Romney or whomever. We have to be able to come in behind that candidate. What we've had as a distraction, however, is sometimes some of the rhetoric that's used by some of our candidates and elected officials is not the most articulate way in order to express a point of view. Our candidates have to be better trained, they have to be better prepared. We need to recruit candidates who have a strong narrative which their community can identify with.
So is the GOP capable of fixing the message without changing the party platform? That seems to be the key here.
Yeah, I think the platform is something which, look, when I was state Republican Party chairman, I saw the statistics on the number of times people pull up the state party platform. It's not very great. The party doesn't speak through its platform. It speaks through its elected officials and its candidates. That's where the emphasis has to be. If we don't have well-trained candidates, well-prepared candidates, and elected officials who are committed to winning a majority not only of their district, but in every group in their district, that's where the change is going to take place.
Well, it's going to be a very interesting season, and GOP has a lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do.
Ron Nehring, thank you very much for your time tonight.
You bet.
Thanks a lot.